Thank you very much for watching this video. I really wanted to spend some time with everybody doing a one-to-one presentation, but the more we tried to plan it, the more difficult we realised that was with the amount of season ticket holders and other corporate members and membership schemes that we have. Therefore, I decided to do this video so you could hear from me and see the really detailed architectural designs of the stadium. You can see where the multi-million-pound conversion is going to be spent, and you can understand some of the decisions that we made and how we think they're going to benefit this stadium in football mode. What these images are technical architectural drawings which reflect the stadium post-conversion from a technical point of view. What they don't address is how they'll look once the West Ham branding and parts of our heritage have been imprinted on the stadium once it's converted. So please don't confuse those two things. These are technical drawings that show you physically how the seats will work, how the conversion will work, what the facilities are, and the access and entry points. They're not the final CGI drawings which show you the look, the feel of what it will mean to be in West Ham's home ground. This picture shows the stadium from the southeast side. In the foreground of this picture, you can see this building here, which represents the club shop and the club ticket office. It's completely dedicated to the use of West Ham and will be run only by West Ham staff, and it will be open all year round. What you can see in the foreground is the community pitch, and that of course will help us further expand the scale of all of our community projects. As you can see from the picture, the conversion ensures that we now have multiple entry points around the stadium. You'll see if you look carefully the turnstiles, which really differs to how it was in Olympic mode, where you were swiped into the approach to the stadium. Now you can get really close to the stadium and enter the turnstiles as you would in a traditional football stadium. This picture shows the southern approach to the stadium, and this is the area that many of you have highlighted that you'd like to see the champion statue relocated to. I think when you look at the southern approach, you start to get a sense of the size and scale of this stadium. The roof at 84 metres is the largest spanning turnstile roof in the world, but more importantly than that, that is what creates the atmosphere. It slightly dips in. It really does cover every single seat in the ground, including all of those that are retractable. And actually, when you're inside, some of the visuals that we've seen in places across the world where they use this type of roof, you really get a sense of how intimate and enclosed it makes the entire stadium. This picture shows the stadium as you would recognise it in the Olympics. This is the stadium during athletics mode. As you can see, the running track in athletics mode is clearly visible from all four sides of the stadium. And the next image I'm going to show you is how the stadium looks in football mode. First of all, you'll notice a state-of-the-art seating solution which delivers what we've always promised to our supporters, a truly world-class viewing experience for watching football. It's an automated system using drive motors that will move all four sides of the lower bowl forward and bring the seats closer to the pitch. The running track will not be visible when the stadium is in football mode. The seating distances compare more than favourably with the top stadia around the world, including Wembley and the recently built Emirates Stadium. And I can promise you that no seat will be further away than that offered at Wembley Stadium. To ensure that the Olympic Stadium will feel like our home, we have managed to agree that two of the stands will be named after the club legends Bobby Moore and Sir Trevor Brooking. To finalise the details, we still need to consult with you, but our suggestion is that we have a stand behind each of the goal, just like at the bowling ground. You'll notice on the east stand we have created a bridge between the upper and lower tier to create one big cop-style stand. This shot is an aerial view of the podium image that we haven't previously released. The yellow areas are the facilities, the toilets, 995 of those. And the pink areas are the catering units, of which there's twice as many than are currently available here at the Boleyn ground. You can see here that the catering outlets and kiosks are now brought inside the stadium to form part of the main stadium, as you would expect to see from a more conventional football stadium, unlike in athletics and Olympics mode where they were all based outside. The aim is that the long queues to get your drinks and food at half-time will be less of an issue, because as you can see, the facilities really are plentiful. Now this image again is very technical, but in the top level it shows the seating as it will be in athletics, and in the bottom level you'll see how the lower tier retracts forward to be closer to the pitch in football mode. These seats are permanent, despite the fact that they move. They're not temporary, they're incredibly high spec, they're there all year round. The only difference is, in athletics mode, they're further away from the pitch. Than in football mode, you can see they're significantly closer. Because it was really important to us to create the COP style stand, the E stand will have a bridge installed here, and that will actually connect the two stands together, making one major stand. When I came to West Ham in January 2010 and embarked on a journey for the Olympic Stadium for West Ham, I had two things in mind. One, that it absolutely had to be a world-class football stadium. And secondly, our fixtures will always have priority over anything and everything else that happened in that stadium. I hope in terms of the first thing, by looking at the visuals and understanding what this conversion means post-Olympics, you get a real belief that when I said you could trust us, that we would deliver a world-class stadium where the seats were close to the pitch, where there was a roof that covered those seats, that would provide us with an opportunity to be in one of the best stadiums in the world, I think and hope now that you can see that, you could trust us and you knew you could trust us. It's not been easy in the past 3 years trying to get that, but I'm proud and pleased to say that myself and my team have worked very hard for you to get you this kind of stadium. Obviously, moving to a world-class stadium, there's lots of fantastic stadia in the UK, but there's only one Olympic stadium, gives us a real chance to grow our business commercially. And why would we do that? Well, we would do that so we can provide on the pitch the best team possible for our manager to go out there and win things for all of us. That's our ambition, world-class stadium with a world-class team. And through the commercial opportunities that are afforded to us by going to the Olympic Stadium, that money can be driven from the commercial revenues and it can be invested in the team. So the team and the stadium are a powerful mix of the best that football has to offer in the UK. This is a journey we have to go on together. I want the stadium for West Ham, but I want you to want it too. Therefore, your opinion is important. Your belief and trust in us as people and as a board is incredibly important to us. And if we can go on this journey together, if we can deliver the stadium and you're behind us, I know it will be a tremendous success.